new install, we're going to double click on the software. We're going to go ahead at this time, plug in our USB remote. So at this time, we're going to click New Site. We're going to change the name to Jones's House. Our pin from the previous examples, previous videos was 2234. We're going to say 1 controller at this time. And the number of zones can range from 1 to 12 per each controller. So you can have a total of 4 controllers and 48 zones. This time we'll choose 10 zones. Since we already changed our pin from the default, all we need to do is click OK. At this time, the controller has a default configuration file consisting of 12 zones and 1 watering event per zone. At this time, we don't want to use that default configuration as we're installing our own configuration ourselves. So we're going to click No. And at this time, it's going to ask us, do we want a default schedule? Default schedule is 1 event per zone for 10 minutes each. So for our example, it would be 10 watering events, 1 for each of the 10 zones, and each watering event lasting 10 minutes. In our example, we're actually just going to choose a blank schedule, change the name to something that we can identify with, such as summer schedule. I'm going to click Finish. Now we see our zones down here, and we can scroll using either the left or the right or the left arrows. Such as this, or we can click on the specific zone that we like. So we're going to set up a schedule consisting of every day. We have the option of setting the start time, the duration, and the watering frequency of each of the zones. In this case, we're going to set it up for every single day. We want to start it at 6, and we'll choose to have it run for 5 minutes. So we go ahead and hit Add. And we can scroll down. And then we can go to the next zone. And we can leave the time, and it'll place it right underneath it, so we can actually zoom in. And now zone 2 is set for 6:05. And we'll repeat this process for the first 4 zones. The 5th zone, we can change, if we like, to say every other day watering. And as you see, it starts on today's date, which is for Thursday, and it'll start from there. So it'll water today, and then on Saturday. So every 2 days. And we'll change the interval for zone 6 to 3 days, so we can see how that will function. And as you see, it sets for every 3 days. So if we wanted to look at next Sunday, we can hit the button right here for next week, and there is our zone 6 for next Sunday. And you can hit the Today button to bring it back to the current week. Now for zone 7, we're going to actually change from interval frequency to even frequency. And exactly what it means, even days. So today being June 30th, since it's an even date, Zone 7 is placed on it. For Zone 8, we'll do odd days, and we'll add that. And as you see, it didn't push it down because it can water during those times, and there's no conflict between the watering. For Zone 9, we'll show weekends, Saturday and Sunday watering. In Zone 10, we'll show Monday through Friday watering. And watch what happens when I hit add. It'll have the same behavior as odd and even. You can place it at the same time since they're on specific watering days, so there'll be no conflicting times. And once you're done, as you can see, the send button is glowing. What that means is changes have been made and they need to be sent to the controller, the VCU, Valve Control Unit. So we can go ahead and hit send, or we can hit save first. If we hit send, it's going to ask us, the current site has been modified and must be saved. Would you like to save the site now? Choose yes, this is required. The current site has changes that need to be sent to the VCU. Would you like to send those changes now? Yes. And as you see, the progress right here. And that's it. We're done with the initial basic schedule in the software.